Hi everybody, this is Marcus at Factory 2, Flint's community makerspace. Today we're going to be working on making an auto trace in CorelDRAW. We have it on the machines at the building, so you can always come in, work on them after you rent some time with the computer space. Working on these specifically, we've already used the photo editing software to get the picture on the left to be a nice high contrast image on the right, which will be a super easy trace to do. From there, I'm going to show you how to do a couple edits and finish the composition off as we would like it to look like. So let's get to it. The first step is just going to be to, of course, select your image, and we're going to run a outline trace. And this is going to be the line art option. So once we get to this point, I like to point out the fact that this is the most visually identifiable sliders for any auto trace that we have available to us. For example, if we bring down the detail slider, take a look. We just lose things completely. So that's not something that we want to do. But sometimes we can drop the detail. The first thing that I can see though is that it is showing a couple different colors. So let's blow that and make sure that these colors are to just black and white. That's all we're looking for. There we go. So now taking a look, we want to push that detail back up so that, the shapes that we have actually show up. There we go. All right, and for smoothing, you'll see it's pretty low. If we push that up instead and make things smooth, you can start to see a lot of the detail starts to evaporate and become pretty chunky. So we're not looking for extra smooth either. We do want some smoothness, but definitely not that much. And the corner smoothness, you're not going to tell that much when you play around with that. It's mostly going to be visible in the trace results details, and that's just stuff like nodes, and curves, and everything like that. So don't worry too much about that one, but definitely pay attention to the detail and the smoothing because it does make a big difference. So next we can delete the original image. We don't need that to stick around. We can also delete the background. That's the checkerboard here. And we'll also remove that from the rest of the image so that we only have a black image when we're done. So click go on that. That'll pop up. You can also see it here in your object manager. It will bring it in as a group. Looks like it made 55 images, 55 objects in that image. So that is what we're going to be using. The next step is we're going to actually ungroup it to do the edits on it. So just ungroup that. And then as you see in here, there might be some smaller pieces that you're not digging. Right? Stuff like this little weird spot. You can either grab that and kind of move it around and try and get that to work, or one of these is remove. We don't want to break it, we want to remove it. There you go. And that will help kind of clean these up a little bit. You just click on the image, run up here to delete node, and that will do a decent job of working on those. I believe you can select a couple nodes at a time. Let's see here. I wanted to select these two. There you go. And just delete that. We don't want to separate the object and leave an open object, but we do want to kind of work on them a little bit and just smooth out some of that space. You could even do a shift select to grab a couple more nodes at a time if you didn't grab all the ones you want. But ungrouping is important to do first. Once you do that, you can kind of put the pieces back together and create any edits that you want to do. So after that, we're going to work on these feet and get this to be basically to remove out the black base. We're going to use the pen tool here. That's what this guy is. You can find it in here. Not this pen tool. All right, we're going to use this one. And what this will do is the same thing most of the pen tools do. Some lines, some curves, some nodes. And you don't have to be exact on this because we can edit it afterwards, and we're just going to make one big shape. So bring that one over to finish off the right foot, and then we're going to bring it all the way across the black border, just making some extra nodes and closing the shape. So once the shape is closed, we can change the fill to be, it can be any color. Let's leave it that gray. Let's make it a lighter gray so that there's a little bit of contrast. And then we can make we don't need to outline on that. So now we need to just touch this up because obviously we didn't do the best job. I have not a whole lot of skill when it comes to doing edits like this, any sort of illustration stuff. So definitely use the program's ability to do the edits afterwards to make sure this looks nice and neat. You should probably drag that all the way over there. There you go. All right, so once you get that to where you want it to be, looks close enough. Select both of those objects, this one and anything that's connected to that black line at the bottom, which this shape would be. You can go up to, hold on just a sec while I find it. It is in shaping. Here we go. And the shape that the shaping that you want to do is back minus front. So what that means is the object in the front is going to remove the things behind it. See in this little diagram here. So if you click apply, that will remove all the stuff that was in front and just leave the things that are in the back. And there you go. That is how you put that together. After that, you can group it so that we're back to having everything grouped. And then to finish everything off, we're going to just make a circle for the coin here. Let's take a look. Something around there. Oh, pretty good. There you go. We'll go back to our object properties. Make that line nice and thick. We'll also make that the same black. Ooh, not the inside. Outside, please. There we go. Inside will be smooth. That outline's a little big. Let's go to 12. Pick that up now a little bit. And then, of course, we'll just use a $sign instead to get across that that's a coin. And switch that over to the font chunk. That's a nice $. Make that the same color. Throw that guy in there. And there you go. Now we have our nice updated vector Citizens Ball man ready to go to do all sorts of different things in the makerspace with. So if you have any questions, of course, leave them in the comments. We'll do our best to get back with you. And other than that, come and see us at Factory 2 and make some great stuff. Hopefully using some skills and tools that we taught you today. Again, Factory 2 in Flint, Michigan. We'll see you soon.